Hi everyone, it's day 10 of setting up our BuildEmpire LMS. In the previous episode, I built my first course and I learned a lot about the setup, adding in varied activities, and what actually helps learners. That one I dived into more around why we're building the courses and who for, so I do suggest that you check that out if you haven't already. But just to get you up to speed, I'm building two courses as part of the LMS Diaries to show that if I, a marketer, can do it, then so can you. So today I'm onto my second course, focusing on the BuildEmpire Edition V3 features. The main three I'm going to include are the course information block, which shows progress, status, course identity, the topics format restyle, which improves clarity, spacing, and navigation, and the floating course notes that lets learners capture thoughts while learning throughout each topic. So it'll teach learners more about these features. So here's my course plan. So announcements is going to be any team information about the course. I'll pop that in there. Then topic one is going to dive into the course information block. So it'll be a video and a quiz for this one. Then topic two will be the topics format restyle with a forum discussion and a video walkthrough. And then moving on to topic three, that'll be floating course notes, and we'll use audio narration for this one. Then topic four will be a course overview. So I think a reflection is really good for this one. So it'll be an assignment for learners to summarise their learning. So yeah, let's get started. So let's start setting up this second course now. Feels a lot easier now I've done it before. So create new course, put in the course name. So this one will be the Edition V3 Basics. And then a short name, we'll just go for Edition V3. And then, yeah, we want e-learning, so that's all fine. And then with the end date, let's do June, just to give them more time. And I'll pop in the description here as well, just summarising what the course is about. Prepared that earlier, save some time. That's great. And then I'm heading down, looking at the other settings. This one I'm going to use tiles format just to switch it up from the previous course I set up. That adds nice colour blocks to each course, to each module. And then just looking at the different settings here, enrolled audiences. So again, this one's going to be the UK team, so I'll add them in. And then let's save and go back to the overall course view. I'll just click back into the course again. You can see the announcements there. It's always there to begin with, so I'll add into that, but let's just turn editing on first. Now for the announcements, I'm going to do a welcome post, so I'll put that in now. So welcome to the Edition V3 Basics. And I'll type in a message here as well, so yeah, just saying hi team. I'll copy and paste this in because I prepared it earlier as well. Very organised today, so yeah, that's all great. And then I'll just check all the settings. I'll pin this one just to see how that changes things. And yeah, that's posted now. So it does say again, you've got 30 minutes. If you want to change that, otherwise it will go out. And then we'll get on to editing our topics now. Just pop editing on again to do that. Okay. So topic one, this one's going to be the course information block, so I'll change the title. That's all done. And activity, this is super quick and easy to do. For this one, I'm going to do a video. Looking through all the other ones again. I'll add that in. And then, so I'll add the video name in. Video on course information block and description. I don't really need one for this. I think it's quite self-explanatory. And then I'll just pop in a placeholder URL there really quickly, posted from YouTube. And then activity completion. I mentioned this in the previous episode, but I always want this to be 100% personally. I think it just shows that they've watched the whole video and have learnt, hopefully, from it. So I'll save that and then return to the course. And then I'm going to add another activity into this. So this one I plan to do a quiz activity. So let's go in and add that. Okay, now the quiz name, I'll put that in there. Course info block quiz. Again, description, I don't think it's really needed for this, so I'll just leave it out of this one for now. Just checking the settings of grades. I want to give them 5 attempts, I'll be nice, and then 10 grades to pass. Layout, I'm happy with how the layout is looking at the moment. New page for every new question, so that's great. Question behaviour, yeah, shuffle it constantly just to keep testing them every new reattempt if they have to do a reattempt. And then activity completion, so I want to make sure that I can control this a bit more. So learners must view the activity, they must receive a grade, and they must pass as well. So I'll save and return to course. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to click back in actually because I need to add in the different questions. So we'll do that. So here I can see it does tell me I've got no questions added. So really simple, I'll pop them in. Quiz question 1, add a new question. So yeah, we'll go for multiple choice and I'll add that in. And then question name. So what does the course information block show? I'll pop the same there as well, just so it's not left missing. And then choice 1, so this one's going to be the correct one. So I'll put that grade as 100% so that it's true and the users will get that correct if they pick that one. And then the other ones, I'll pop them in. Backend settings is no grade because that's not correct. And then admin permissions, again, not correct, so I won't put any grade towards that one. Multiple tries, give some different percentages here, so that's interesting to see as well. So that's all good, set up how it is. Okay, and then I won't stop there while I'm on a roll. I'll add another question. So let's add in another multiple choice one. Get the brain really thinking about the course information block. So again, I'll put the question name in here for the title and then the text as well. Choice 1, top of course page. This is going to be based on where the block is located, bottom of course page. I'll just remember to put back in that grade actually, yeah, so that one's right, 100%. And then, yeah, choice 3 again, so sidebar only, which is wrong. So I will, yeah, put that as 0 for 0 non-grade. You can change the feedback here as well, but I'm happy with how it is at the moment, so I'm not going to change that. So I'll save those changes. I'll just tweak this too because I thought it might just differentiate them, but I'll just change it to quiz on course information block so it makes sense for both pages. Save. Yeah, and then we'll head to topic 2. So topics 2 is going to be on topics format. Enter. So we'll start with adding an activity to this one. This one, as I mentioned in the introduction, it's going to be a forum activity, so we'll get that added in. So yeah, add activity. And then I'll need a forum name. So this one's going to be layout experience discussion. And then I'll just add a prompt as well, just to get people in the team, get their brain thinking about, does this layout help them? It's always nice to get feedback from the team as well. And then I'm just checking all the forum settings, the activity completion again. I want to show like the activity is completed when conditions are met. So I want to make sure they're viewing it, and I want to make sure they're either posting a discussion or applying to make sure they're actually engaging with this activity. So I'll save that and then return to course. And then moving on to adding a video activity now for the topics format. So I'll pop that in. Just on video in in the previous courses as well. So this is really, really quick to add. I'll pop the name in here. So video overview of topics format restyle. Again, I don't think they really need a description, but if you did have a more complex video, then you could probably put a description in too. But I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. And then I'll pop in the YouTube link. You can upload a file as well, I can see here, so that's good. Let me know if you use video content a lot. And I'll just make that to, I have to watch it 100% to pass this part of the course. Then I'll save and return. Okay, so moving on to topic 3 now. So this one is going to be on floating course notes. So I'll type that in there, floating course notes. And this one I'm going to do an audio activity just to switch it up and keep the activities engaging. So we'll pop that in. So audio, add. I know a lot of the team like to listen to music, so hopefully they'll like to listen to this learning as well. This should be a popular activity type. So name audio on floating course notes. Description, again, this one's going to be an overview of floating course notes. And then I'll just put the file in. This is really quick to do. Okay, and then I'll just save that one as test file for now because it is just a placeholder for now. Okay, so I've just put that MP3 file in there and then check all the other settings. Again, I want to make sure that they've listened to this, so I'll change this to make sure that they've listened to 100%. Oh, click that again, 100%, yep, that's saved now. And then, yeah, save and return to course. And then moving on to topic 4, this one's going to be a course overview and reflection. So I'll just update that. Add an activity, add an assignment. So this is going to be like reflective, an assignment. So I'll put in the name, so reflect on the course overall, and then I'll pop in a description. So summarize what you've learned. So summarize what you've learned about the BuildEmpire Edition v3. And then again, I want to extend this due date just to make sure it's in line with when the course ends, because this is one of the final parts of the course. Well, it is the final part of the course. I want to add another submission type, so I'll add in online text here as well. And then just checking through everything, making sure that it's all set up how I need it to. I found the standard settings for most things have been in like perfect choices at the moment. So the main thing I'm keep going in and changing is the activity completion. So I'll change that one again. And I want them to have viewed this activity and I want them to submit the activity to complete it. This one's more about like opinion based, so I won't grade this one per se, but let me know what you would do in the comments. That'd be really interesting to find out how you do it with more of a opinion led pieces of content and learning. Okay, so I'll turn editing off now and I'll just have a look at how it's looking. So checking into the announcements so I can see that that's all set up correctly. I can see that I posted this. Great, so we'll go back into the course now. And then I'll check the video. So yeah, the video's pulling through. That's great. So going back to the course overview page. Course info block quiz. So here you can preview the quiz. You can see the 5 attempts that I added. Okay, that looks all good. I can see all the questions are in there. Everything looks correctly set up. And then going back to the course. So we've got the topics format section and I've added a new forum discussion. You can see you can add a discussion there, but there's been none so far because this course is brand new. And then moving on to a video of the topics format. So again, this video is all working fine. Just show you again with click and play. So yeah, you can see that would be a topics format video in future. And then audio, let's check if the audio is working. Yeah, I can hear that, but yeah, that's all fine. You just can't hear it through the screen. But yeah, that's all working great. Back to the course. And last but not least, we've got the reflection assignment. So here it is. You can see there's been no submissions yet, but you can see who's enrolled. So that's really handy to see how many people you'd need to have submitted it for it to be complete by everyone. And yeah, that's looking really great. I really like this format as well. It's really colourful and bright. And that's it for today. This course feels very different from the first one. I've applied what I've learned, but I'm still discovering new things. I want to build it so learners don't just understand the edition, they actually experience it. So they explore the course information block through a video and a quiz. They reflect on topics format restyle with a forum and a video, and they learn about floating course notes with audio and finish it off with a reflective assignment in topic 4. So next, I want to explore how to enhance engagement and see how it influences learner behaviour. But before I do that, I want to check back in with Susanna for feedback, which will help me not just build courses, but design good experiences. So we'll cover SCORM and H5P and any other activities that I've not run through yet. I've heard from the team that we can save so much time, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.